All right, we are back in with Let's Get a Win, letsgetawin.com. Tennis is still rolling, folks. It is getting to the Shanghai ATP 1000 Masters semifinals. Do a little preview of that, as well as go over our NFL best bets and our college football best bets that we do have a video on. Go to the channel, watch the whole video, all of my plays, all of Hoda Bay's plays. But let's dive into the Shanghai preview. We got Yannick Sinner versus Tomas Mahak. Mahak's been on fire, just coming off that upset win of Carlos Alcaraz. They do have a day of rest. So I'm excited about this matchup here. As you see, Sinner, huge favorite at minus 800. Mahak at about plus 650. Mahak getting a little bit of action, not much to move anything. Head to head, Sinner 1-0 against Mahak. Not too much mileage against each other, but Mahak is on fire, and Sinner is just Sinner, the best player in the world. Head over to letsgetawin.com. I do have a play in either this matchup or the next one, but it is a premium play. Head on over to letsgetawin.com to get that. But the second matchup is Novak Djokovic to go versus Taylor Fritz. This is an interesting matchup here. Joker, as you see here, is 9-0 against Taylor Fritz. Joker opened up at minus about 220. He's getting a little action at 225. Fritz on the back end is plus 210. Fritz has been playing lights out off of that U.S. Open trip to the finals where he did lose to Sinner. Could be a rematch there, but Joker could head back to try to get his last chance to beat Sinner. He's getting up there in age, but I do think he's still alive in the majors next year as well. But after that, who knows? You saw Nadal just retired, so changing of the guard here in tennis with Yannick Sinner leading the way and Carlos Alcaraz, of course. But that's the ATP Shanghai matchups. Semis tomorrow, 4:30, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard. Then they'll give them a break, and then they'll have the finals the following day. But tennis is not done, folks. I got the schedule pulled up here. After the Masters, here on the 14th, there's a couple 250s, so you'll get some of those guys trying to get some points up at the season, get right. You know, tennis is an all-year sport. Australian Open is mid-January. Still a lot of tennis to be played. They play about 11 months out of the year. That's why we love it. You see they're out in Kazakhstan, Sweden, and Belgium. Then some good players will head out to Austria for the ATP 500 following the next week, as well as the Switzerland 500. So only one tournament and then one tournament. You got three starting on Monday. Then the following week there'll be 1-1, and then everybody will be out in Paris for the last Masters 1000 of the season. That starts in October, ends November here, and then you keep going for some 250s, and then the big ATP finals, which is the top 10 players of this season, will head there, as well as the Davis Cup. You know, we stayed off the Davis Cup a little bit on the earlier rounds, but we will have some action for the finals. The farewell tour of Rafael Nadal, and then the next gen finals, which is the personal favorite. Get to see these next level up and coming stars of tennis future. But tennis is in great hands, and we are the best tennis handicapping service out there. Check the record here, 151-73, up 91 units this calendar year, 9-5, up 4 units on all plays in October. It's been kind of a slow October, a little harder once there's standalone tournaments. You know, I don't see too much value, but I do have a play tomorrow, as I said. But let's pull up, go over a couple things here. You know, wanted to recap my best bets for Saturday, tomorrow, 10-12. We got Miami of Ohio, minus 2.5 at Eastern Michigan. Also, Penn State, I got it at 5.5. It's been bet down. Seems like the whole world is on USC. It's down to 3.5. I still love Penn State. Fade the trendy dog. It's a scheduling play for me. USC, West, East, back West. They've played physical Big Ten teams already and lost. Here comes another one traveling to USC and Penn State. Drew Allers looking good. Dual-headed backfield. Defense doesn't allow anything in the second half. Recipe for a Penn State win here, in my opinion. I'm kind of fading USC this season anyway, especially against those physical Big Ten schools, which Penn State is. Wanted to go over Hoda Bays. If you want some more insight on all these, go to the channel, check out last video that came out, full recap on all these. But Hoda's 7-6 plus 4 0.4 units on the season. He's got 4 plays here. Kent State plus 6.5. Ohio -3. Southern Miss plus 6.5. Kentucky minus 13.5. Taking advantage of Vanderbilt there off of that big win at home against Alabama. But let's dive into those NFL best bets. I got 2 plays. First one, 9:30 a.m. Eastern in London. The Chicago Bears, de facto, think home team in London against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I like the Jags here, money line plus 105. Bears getting a lot of hype. 2 wins in a row. Not the best teams they've played. Coming off a big win against the Panthers. Jacksonville had a get right game, finally got off the snide. They're 1-4. They beat the Colts, tried to blow it there late. All those Jacksonville -3.5 bettors got backdoored pretty hard there. But Jags did win. Looks like Trevor Lawrence is trying to come into his own. Jacksonville will stay in London for next week's game. Think with a rookie quarterback heading to London, give me the guy that's been there. Give me the Jags plus 105. Second best bet. This one I like a little bit more. Baltimore -6.5. Call me crazy. Fading Jane Daniels again. We had the Browns last week, awful bet, but I think Baltimore and Lamar Jackson show them who the best in DMV is, and the Baltimore Ravens handle the Commanders -6.5. Look for Derrick Henry to get going early and often. I know Dan Quinn's got that defense playing good, but the Ravens are a different beast coming off of that overtime win against the Bengals. So give me the Baltimore Ravens -6.5 games. Check out the last video for some more college football insight. But here's my 2 best bets for the NFL. Good luck on all those tickets. Cash them. And as always, let's win you money.